And welcome back here live at the SWAC. We're at the KC Dick Show. Today's show is brought to you by the Grease Pig Lube and Tune, University Auto and Tire, and Lindsay and Associates. Coach will be joining us here momentarily, but it is 7A, it's 6A, it's 5A, it's 4A, it's 3A, it's 2A. It's high school football at its finest, and it starts this week. And my co-host, Aaron Rags, you see a lot of our social media. Guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it. Quarterfinal week this week as the Fayetteville Bulldogs travel to defending state champion Bryant Hornets take on the number one team in the state. And I'm joined now on the show by the man that's going to be under a lot of pressure. Eyes will be on this young man all night on Friday. Junior quarterback Hank Hendricks. What's up, my man?
How's it going?
Junior year, Hank. When you look back on your junior year, I mean, what do you feel good about, and what are some of the things that you're going to continue to feel that you have to work on?
Yeah, overall, I think the season has had its ups and downs, but we've learned a lot, and I think just from a team aspect, we've learned how to deal with adversity, persevere, and obviously kind of like we talked before this, just on really how to come together.
Since we made kind of some changes, but
Right.
Since we made kind of some changes, but
Right.
I think, and I think we've shown that when we're playing good, we're playing. And I think we've shown that when we're playing good, we're playing fast, and we're playing fast and consistent.
Start to show their identity because I always thought in the first three or so games really not the identity, but at some point, and to me probably the second half of that Rogers game do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I think that Rogers game was pretty big for us. Obviously, that isn't what they were going to do, so we could probably respond with our stuff. But
I think that game was big for us, and then overall, I think just growing every week, and obviously having another setback later in the season, put a real kind of perspective on the season of looking. I think practice has really stepped up. I think that's been our main thing, is because we've been able to sync to our practice levels in some of those close games, and it really hasn't gone well, just because I think we've been lackadaisical. But we've really fixed that. We've done a great job doing that. So, I think over these past couple of weeks, as from the offense, we've done.
From your perspective, what's it like being the son of a high school football coach? I mean, those conversations, being able to go home with a dad that understands at the highest level. How much do you draw from that, when you're out on the field on Fridays?
A lot. And, for me, that started, I can't even remember, just because I'm always been around practice, and I've always, been up at the facilities watching practice in the indoors, messing around. But, yeah, obviously – having him has been huge, just because that's another also as a team, because he's been a head coach.
Right.
And for me, the biggest thing, honestly, is I have two older brothers who both played and both play in college now, and just seeing
how they've prepared and how they've been on some winning teams, and how kind of the success and the behind the scenes stuff have they done that I kind of try to translate into here, and more just coming together. And so having those two, and then obviously my dad has been huge, just because it's just football family, and so I can talk to anyone about it, and I'll probably get a good answer.
And what are some of the similarities, and then secondly, some of the differences?
Some similarities, I think. At least here at Fayetteville, we got a good community. I see that in the homecoming parade. We did that down in Texas because we're obviously a smaller town. So, those things are similar. Have a great community, great fans, and really just, I guess the difference is is not a little faster, but I think it's just a new kind of whole dynamic of football I feel like I've been introduced to, just because in Texas, obviously, those have been my boys and my friends since third grade, and so obviously I've had a great connection with them. But coming here, building new connections, figuring out how to come in and try to win over a locker room, and try to allow people to trust me and get to know them. And so it's been huge for me. But I guess that's probably the biggest difference is I'm out of my comfort zone, and so that's been huge.
In comes Todd Barber, the strength and conditioning coach, in his first year. How have you seen Coach Barber impact this football team to this point?
No, yeah, we love Coach Barber. We always joke and just say 2 times. That's his biggest thing. But him coming in the summer, I think that's just kind of elevated our standard, and I think he's done a great job of not letting you slack off at all. He's there every step of the way. He's encouraging, and he does it the right way. He's hard on us, but like I said, he does it the right way. And he kind of just really has just been a whole kind of honestly new sense of a kind of leadership in here, just encouraging us, and he's straight to it, and he's strict, and I think that's what we need. And so whenever we get in there Sunday, whether it was a bad loss or a great win, he's telling us straight, saying that's in the past. You either got to fix some things, or you obviously got to fix some things, but just reset, have a great week, and go prepare your body for Friday.
Talk about the skill position. You just recently mentioned it's the guys that you get to throw to, like the Taylors, the Whitlows, the Johnsons, those guys, Jaden. Then you're in the backfield, stud running back, the Johnson number 2. I mean, just talk about having so much and an offensive line with a lot of experience around you. How beneficial is that, you think?
Oh, it's been great. You kind of like I said earlier, it's just when I kind of came here, obviously trying to get those guys to trust me, just so because I saw the vision, just I guess watching their games from last year. Just these dudes can run, these dudes can play for sure, and so yeah, just getting them to trust me, and then overall, just they're great guys, and so coming here, they're welcome me with open arms. Kind of allowed me to be myself around them, but yeah, throwing to them makes my job a lot easier, and so I think you've seen it. Obviously, kind of a big part of our game is off the run game, these quick screens, getting the ball out in space, kind of like I said. And, when we can get the ball out and you get 4 to 5 yards, I mean, that's easy pickings. And so that's what we try to do.
Having a head coach such as Coach did, guys played SEC football, probably was quarterback of what many say is the best running back to ever play here, Darren McFadden. I mean, being able to draw from Coach Dick, how special is that?
No, it's been huge. And, that was a big reason why I came here is just to learn under him. And obviously Coach V's done a great job helping me too. But, yeah, it's been huge just because I'm in his office almost all the time, especially when I moved here, trying to learn the playbook and everything. So our relationship has been special. I'm very thankful for it, and obviously learned a lot from him, and we'll obviously keep going.
Watching this Bryant Hornet defense, Hank, what do you guys see on film, or what do you see on film in particular that'll give you guys a chance to go on the road and pull off a very important victory to maybe hopefully advance to the state semifinals?
Yeah, obviously, one thing is they're a really good team, and I think everyone knows that. And, just watching on film, I think hopefully, we can get into, situations where, like I said, our guys can make plays. They've done a great job of obviously, playing their base and, kind of getting up in your face and trusting their dudes to make their plays. But I think we can really test them and, get guys in space, get some good splits, and I think go to work. And so it should be a fun game. Hopefully we can show up, make some plays, and it'll be interesting.
What does Hank Hendricks do when he's not playing football?
Not playing football. I'm probably watching football. But I love my family, so I got a brother that goes here. So anytime he's off from practice or something, try to get food with him. But yeah, I'm just around football. Probably watch a few shows. Do some schoolwork every now and then.
Well, just look in the camera, and thanks for taking time out. But let everybody know who can't make the trip to Bryant, Arkansas tomorrow night for the 7 p.m. kickoff. If they're going to stream it, why they should, get some popcorn, maybe a beer or two, and enjoy some high school football.
Oh, for sure. No, it's going to be some fireworks, and I think you definitely want to watch this one. Try to see, a big win for the Fayetteville Bulldogs, and it should be interesting.
Well, hey, you heard it from my guy. We're going to be back with the main man to hear it from him as well. You're watching the KC Dick Show live on the Hill Media TV. And voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel that's on the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it. Show. And I'm live with Coach. Today's show is brought to you by the Grease Pig Lube and Tune, University Auto Tire, and Lindsay and Associates. Coach, big win last Friday night, and an even bigger one this Friday. First, review what you felt good about in the last game.
I think there's a lot to feel good about the last game. Obviously, our kids understand and know that this time of year it's not, what you did the last game. It's obviously you got to forget that game and continue to go to the next one. But I was super proud of, really all of them. I thought as a team we probably played our one of our best games of the year, which is right where we want to be. I felt like our defense obviously got a lot of turnovers, 3 turnovers, and I think we should have had 4. Had a couple sacks, and what the fun part about that thing was is we were able to capitalize on the turnovers and get points, against a team that's really, really aggressive in all phases. We recovered the onside kicks, made them punt, and do some things that they hadn't traditionally done throughout the year. So was super proud of those guys, how our offense went out, competed, made plays, answered every time we got the ball. I think other than that first drive, but was just really proud and happy for the duration of the game with how they played and the urgency that they played with, and then obviously how well they executed.
Was that practice earlier this week? You made a comment I really agreed with, is the defensive line. I thought, with that being the position of so much youth and inexperience, Friday night to me, I thought that was their best game, and they've been trending that way over the last couple of weeks. I mean, speak on just the maturation of that side of the ball.
Yeah, it's anytime you're young. You don't, not that they didn't have an understanding, but the longer that you do something, you're going to continue to get better at it. And that's just that group right now. And I think the other one you throw in there is C.J. Bailey. You watch him from the beginning of the year, and, he made the comment earlier in the year, or about last week. He said, Coach, I'm really, kind of disappointed the season's almost over. And I said, why? And he said, because it's really just kind of coming together for me, I feel like right now. So it takes time, and nobody likes that. But when you got, youth playing that hasn't had a whole bunch of things thrown at them before, and they're having to understand a lot of different things, you see growth, which is what we want to see. And I told CJ, I said, I do, man. I said, I hate it for you because I really think you're coming on and you're understanding what you're doing. But, I said, the biggest thing that you're understanding is why you're supposed to be doing what you're doing, which is when you see the next step. And I think just that whole group's been playing solid football from the D-line, and really some of those young guys. It's just we've been seeing steady growth and maturity in those guys, which is what you want to see.
Starting to see a lot more here, a lot of those names, Taylor, Johnston, Whitlow, Nicholson, and even out of the backfield, another Johnson. The passing game, and it basically goes back to that second half of that Rodgers game early in the year, Coach. You guys have been a totally different offense. Speak on that.
It's just – they've really bought into being unselfish. I don't know that I've been around a group that, really didn't care who got credit for everything that took place. So super proud of those guys. Kenyon and Katavian who are over 1,000 yards. You got Charles, who's right at 800, and you got Nicholson, who's at 500 or 600. So, there's a lot of those guys that are doing really good work. And like I told them, I said, guys, this game's funny. That 1 week it'll be Katavian, the next week it'll be Kenyon, and then 1 week it'll be Charles, and then it'll be Charles again, and then it'll be Caleb, and then it'll be so. They've really bought into you don't really understand or know what's going to happen when you go out there. The game just kind of goes to them, and that's what happens. And they've really bought into being unselfish, and I think it's showing. When you turn on the video and you watch, they're blocking, they're running great routes, but they're doing great things after the catch, and then they're also celebrating with their teammates when great things happen, which is what you want to see. And so they, like I said, they've come a long way and really understand and really have bought in, and that's another group that's grown, as the season's went on as well. When
you look on the offensive side for this Bryant Hornet team, I know TJ, great running back, but what are some of the things you guys are going to have to take away from a defensive standpoint Friday night?
Yeah, we're going to be sure tacklers. I think when you watch, obviously their running backs, they do a great job of breaking tackles and making big plays. And then they have some explosive receivers who can go do some freakish things as well.
Right.
So we'll have to make sure that obviously we get our drops in the secondary. We're able to make plays on the ball. But I would say secondly, kind of know their tendencies based on down and distance and what they give you formationally, which they've done a great job of really studying and putting really 3 days of work back to back to back. And I thought it's been probably our cleanest 3 days of practice throughout the year. So not saying it's going to obviously go out there and we're going to translate and hold them to nothing, but
right.
They have a good understanding of what we're asking them to do is what I'm saying. So they're doing a great job with that. And they're an explosive offense. I think you watch them, and They do a good job with their pin and pull schemes and what they're looking at and what they're looking for. So we'll have to play assignment football, sound football, and then I think the biggest thing for us will be, we've got to limit the big plays and be sure tacklers.
Now, for the offense versus their defense, they've got some pretty good corners, very experienced defensive side of the ball. What are you guys going to look forward to taking advantage of?
Yeah, they got a couple kids going to OU, 2 kids going to OU, one going to Ole Miss, another one. Pretty much everybody on their defense is going somewhere to play college football. So they're a good defensive squad. Understand what their responsibilities are as far as whether they're playing zone or they're playing man, and they're pretty fast. They do a good job. So, I think our guys have done a really good job all week of understanding space and alignment, which is going to be big when you play teams like this, and then understanding if you're supposed to release inside or outside and why you're supposed to release inside or outside is going to be crucial. And then when you have the opportunity to make a play, obviously from the flip side of defense, you've got to go make that play. And so they understand that, and it's not going to be every single time. It's we had to talk to the last play doesn't care about the next play. You got to be able to flush it, whether it's good, bad, ugly, and different. And just continue to play because this game's it's going to be I hope it's going to be a great game, and we're going to go out there and execute well. And whether it's good or bad, you got to flush it, move on to the next one, and continue just to drive and not worry about how much time's left on the clock or what situation it is. Just go play good football.
2 questions left, Coach. Not being able to have that off week, how beneficial do you think that's been for this football team to still be playing and not have that off week?
I said it 3 weeks ago. I thought it was the biggest key for us. I know we want to win and we want to get it all. We want to be a higher seed, but I thought it was crucial for us to not have it. Right. I just, people don't understand that when you're not in the shoes every day of us and you're really playing and your team's coming together. You don't want to break up the routine, the mentality, and all that stuff. And I thought it was the best thing for our team to not do that, just to not break up the routine. And guys, later on, it's just like every adult in a business or whatever. You get used to a routine and doing stuff. You don't want to break it up because then it just kind of breaks you out of that rhythm. But I thought they had responded well, practiced well, played well, obviously. And I obviously hope that will carry over this week too.
Well, Coach, look in there in that camera and tell them if they can't make it down, why they should tune in On the Hill or any other stream that may be carrying the Dogs and the Hornets on Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely, be a great game. Against two high-powered teams, I think that do a great job of coaching their kids and putting a product out there in the field that everybody can be proud of. And obviously Bryant's a great football team, had great history and tradition down there, obviously, with everything that they've been able to accomplish, and we've got some here too. So we're excited about the matchup, excited for our kids to go play down there and go play well for sure.
You heard it, 7 p.m. tomorrow night. The only 2 teams, I'm going to repeat it, the only 2 programs to win the state title here over the last 7 or 8 years. They'll be meeting at 7 p.m. tomorrow night at Bryant Stadium. Hey, tune in, 6:30, the pregame show for my producer, Demetrius Johnson, and myself. And Coach Dick. Today's show was brought to you by the Grease Pig Lube and Tune, University Auto and Tire, and Lindsay and Associates. And my last words, Coach, I'm going to let you do it.
Let's get it.
You've been watching the Casey Dick Show live on the Hill. Guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it.
The Grease Pig is proud to sponsor today's game. Call us today.
And welcome here live at 7A West quarterfinal state high school playoff action as the Bulldogs have made their way to Central Arkansas to take on the state's #1 and state defending champion, the Bryant Hornets. Fayetteville coming in 7-4. Bryant comes in off of the bye week 10-0, having not lost the conference game, guys, in 7 years. I'm going to be joined tonight with the play-by-play by my guy, the Chicken Man, Derek. Derek, give me your keys. First and foremost, give me your defensive keys that Fayetteville's going to have to look forward to in the second part of that question. Offensively, what can the Bulldogs do to advance on?
Yeah, defensively, we definitely got to be prepared to win on first down. Obviously, Bryant, we know they're a running football team. If we can control the line of scrimmage and keep them in third and distance and then get off the field, that's going to be a plus for us tonight. And then when we flip the ball over to the offensive side of the ball, you really want to establish the clock, okay? We want to limit their possessions as much as possible, utilizing that 3 yards in a cloud of dust 4 yards in a cloud of dust and keeping this thing going to where we can possess the football. Because, as you know, you got to have the ball to score.
Absolutely. How important, and we've talked about this throughout the week in multiple conversations, DC, how big and how important is it that this Fayetteville defense wins first down in tonight's ball game?
Yeah, I think I've been talking about it all year long. When you can win on first down, you got a great opportunity to win a football game. And, Pat, I'll tell you right now tonight, it's really going to be incumbent that defensive line gives us an opportunity to stop them on first down.
Tonight's game brought to you by Lindsay and Associates, First Choice Protection Systems, the Grease Pig Lube and Tune, and University Auto Tire. Staybridge Suites, Bigley's, and Our First Bank. We want to thank those proud sponsors for making sure that Bulldog football comes to you each and every Friday night here on the Hill Media TV. Nice crowd and really good weather. It was early in the week. We thought we'd be in rain, but it looks like tonight's going to be a very, very enjoyable night for high school football as far as the weather is concerned. Feels real good out here.
Yeah, and Pat, we're fortunate enough to be able to, I think, first time in the season set up outside.
Yes.
And see the game with a real wide view here. So
we cannot be responsible for what you guys hear from the Fayetteville faithful here on their side of the stadium as the crowd is starting to file in. A good contingent of Fayetteville followers here down here tonight, Derek.
Yeah, real good contingent, and like I said, I like that. We're bringing the audience right here in the stands with us. They're going to get to hear some things and experience some things they hadn't experienced this season yet. But you're right. We down here in Bryant, and we leaving here with something.
As the home standing Bryant Hornets make their way onto the football playing surface here at Hornet Stadium. And now your Fayetteville Bulldogs have entered Hornet Stadium for tonight's kickoff. It's going to be a festive environment as these are the only two teams since 2018, the last 7 years, to hoist up the Arkansas High School highest classification championship trophy. Bryant winning the previous one. Fayetteville won it 2 years ago, and then Bryant won the 5 previous to that. Only the second time that Fayetteville under Casey Dick has been on the road in a state playoff game. Ironically, it was right here at Hornet Stadium in 2019, a 28-14 Bryant Hornet victory in that state playoff game. Had a chance to be around the Bulldogs this week and really felt a really good vibe about their preparation and their game plan heading into tonight's matchup.
Yeah, you gotta feel like Fayetteville's prepared. They had a good week of practice. They have some momentum coming down here. I think you say last 5 or 6.
Yes.
And so it's just time to play football. You can't put the score in the books before the game is played. Let's get it.
You know what we say, Hayes in the barn, nothing else left to be said, but let's get it.
Let's get it.
Fayetteville will receive. Back deep for the Bulldogs, Kenyon Johnson, Katavion Taylor, Jabron Avant, or the back 3 for the Bulldogs. And here we go. Quarterfinals are underway. It's going to be fielded by Taylor. Gets to the right side, and he's going to be met right around the 20-yard line. As the Bulldogs will take over. 1st and 10. Ball will be spotted at the Bulldog 20-yard line. Hank Hendricks will bring the Bulldog offense out. Dogs will come out 4 wide. Single back. Hendricks is in the shotgun. There's the snap. Hendricks scrambling, looking. Got a man complete. Katavion Taylor.
Jaden Nichols.
Or Jaden Nichols, I'm sorry. for the first down up to the Bulldog 44-yard line. 24-yard strike.
Pat, you like the junior getting the first catch of the game, standing out there tall
Yes.
with three senior all-state receivers.
Yes, that intermediate route should be open there in the pocket all night long if Fayetteville's patient enough to hit it. First down, Bulldogs at their own 41-yard line. 3 receivers to the empty backfield, Shotgun. Hendricks flips it in the flat. Nicholson makes the man miss. 50, gets another first down. Jake Nicholson with his second catch of the night will put the ball in Bryant territory at the Hornet 48-yard line. Another 12-yard pickup.
Just outstanding move by the junior in the open field to make a man miss.
Look for a lot of rub routes versus this defense. Middle of the field seems to be wide open. Would expect him to exploit that real quickly. Hendricks, center flat, complete. And it's going to be a short gain.
Yeah, Pat, just a little low on the pass. If it hits him in the chest, you probably get another 3 or 4 yards. But you like how Fayetteville is spreading the ball out side to side, getting the quick passes out there, and everything is at least 3 or 4 yards down the field.
Going to bring up a 2nd and 8, pick up a 2 on the play. Hendricks in the shotgun, 4 receivers right, single back, takes a snap, screen play. Johnson, Kenyon, and he'll get it across the 45 down to around the 44. It's going to be a 3rd and long. Tonight's game is brought to you by Lindsay and Associates, First Choice Protection Systems, Grease Pig Lubentune, Staybridge Suites, First R Bank, and Bigley's. I think those are proud sponsors. 3rd down. Hendricks in the flat, and it's going to be incomplete. It's going to bring up a 4th down. Fourth down. Looks like the Bulldogs are going to go for it. What do you think? I'm okay with this one right now. It's on on their side of the field.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. We just got to have a solid play call here that's going to pick us up.
4th and 6. Ball at the Bryant 44-yard line. Motion. There's the snap. Pressure's coming. Hank's going to keep it, and he's going to be stopped short as they're going to take it over on downs. Hornets will take over 1st and 10. First down, Bryant at their own 44-yard line. It was a no gain on the play by Hendricks. 9:54, ball at the 44, Bryant. Single back, 4 wide motion. Shotgun set. Off to TJ. Gonna pick up about 6 on the play, up close to midfield. They'll give him 5. TJ Hodges on the carry. And Derek, it's going to be real essential that they don't let this young man get going early, the Missouri commit.
Yeah, absolutely, Pat. You just got to keep him inside the numbers.
2nd and 4. There's the snap. Goes to Hodges. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. He may get a yard. Going to bring up a 3rd down. And about 3 on the play. What we do know about this Bryant football team is they like to run a heavy dose of the run game for 4 quarters.
And, Pat, what I like to
stop.
see, I'm seeing right now, Fayetteville just came in with 4 down linemen.
Yes.
Single high safety, 4 down linemen.
4th down, 3rd and 3. Shotgun. Give to Hodges. He's going to try to bounce it out. He's going to just get up to around the 45, about a yard past. He'll get 4.
Yeah, the young man made a good move in the backfield. Obviously, Fayetteville was in position. But, Pat, that gives me a good sign that Fayetteville is going to make some adjustments tonight and try to stop this running game.
There's snap over the middle. It's going to be a first down all the way down to the Fayetteville 26-yard line. That tight end is going to have to be accounted for in tonight's ball game. Byers on the stop. And try to bounce it out to the left side, and he's going to be stopped by a host of white jerseys. Robinson on the carry.
Pat, again, remember what I tell you.
Williams.
Winning on first down.
Ball at the 26. Going to be, I think they're going to give him a yard on the play. Not sure how that happened. I thought it was a no-gainer, but 2nd and 9. 4 receivers. Single back shotgun. Flip over in the flats, and it's going to be caught, and he'll be hit immediately.
Kendrick Williams, the senior cornerback.
Kendrick Williams. Incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 9 at the Fayetteville 26 for Bryant. 3rd and 9, Hornets. As the Fayetteville contingent is urging on their defense. 3 receivers to the right. Empty set shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to be under pressure. He's going to be knocked out. Won't get to the first down. He's going to be knocked out short. It's going to bring up a 4th down. So let's see what the Hornets of Bryant, what they'll do. Looks like it's going to be 4th and 4.
Got to think, Pat, that they're going to try to draw them off sides.
Or do a quarterback draw.
Something of that
Or
caliber.
that tight end, a little dump play. Your Fayetteville, watch that middle. There's the tight end dump.
Oh, incomplete, Pat.
Incomplete. As the Bulldogs will take over on downs. We called it, tried the little slant dump pass.
And
the
again,
Dogs will stand tall.
Pat, the quarterback never really got his feet set.
Right.
The receiver had to go way low for the ball. Just an outstanding defensive stop by Fayetteville.
Right.
That's one, seeing Fayetteville get off the field.
As the Bulldog defense really encouraged by that drive as they were able to stand up at their own 21-yard line. The Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10. 7:40 to go. 0-0. As we're here live from Bryant High School Hornet Stadium in Bryant, Arkansas. Number 1 seed Hornets and the 4th seeded out of the West Bulldogs. 4 wide. Johnson bounces, makes a man miss, gets up the sideline. And Johnson's going to get across the 30,
Ooh.
25.
Looked like a late hit out of bounds that they let go there.
You're on enemy territory. We got to expect some of that. Pick up 4 on the play. 2nd and 6. Ball at the 25. Hendricks. Got to throw the ball. Get rid of the ball.
Yeah.
Cannot sit there and take a sack.
You know, Pat, I agree with you in the estimate, but he had about 2 seconds.
Throw the ball away.
He had about 2 seconds on that play in order to get
throw
it
the
out
ball
there.
to your dance teamers. Loss. 3rd and 14. 7-yard loss on the play all the way back to the Bulldog 18. 4 wide, single back shotgun. Or 3 wide to the left. Hendricks. He's going deep. It's going to be incomplete. Intended for Taylor.
Looked like holding to me.
We'll bring up 4th and 14.
Pat, I think they got away with one there.
Wow. We've seen a late hit and a hold and not be called in the previous 2 plays. But, I mean, you are the road team in their territory, so we've got it. You can't be surprised.
It's early. It's early, but you would like to have that one.
Yes. Nolan will set up to punt back at his own 1-yard line. The snap. The punt. Low line driver's going to take a Bulldog roll. He's going to roll all the way down to around the Hornet 35 where it'll be down. Really nice punt with no return. And Nolan has been doing that a lot, Derek, with the punt. The punt game has been really strong. A lot of punts, and there's not been a lot of returns.
Yeah, not a lot of height on them, but they always have that roll.
Right.
He's got that spin on it to where it'll roll out when it hits.
Right.
And so you kind of like that for him. I think he had a 70-yarder a couple games ago.
Yes, the Harbor game flipped the field and really was an impactful play in that ball game. Single back shotgun, two to the right. There's the give. He's trying to find somewhere to go, and he's not going to get much. Maybe a yard, maybe 2. They're going to give him, I think, looks like they're going to give him 3 on the play. Bryant trying to run a little tempo. Jones on the carry. 3 receivers to the left, single back. Hodges. He's going to bounce it up, get close to the first down right around the 45. Well, Bryant's going to bring up short yardage.
Ball's marked at the 44-yard line, 3rd and 1 for the Hornets.
I'm sorry. Careless Jones. Give. It's going to be enough for the first down. Yes, he'll get it up around the 48. Hodges on the carry.
Patty kind of goes through that hole and turns his back to the defense.
Yes.
That's going to end up being a big-time hit in the back there,
Yes. Oh, and there's going to be a penalty on Bryant. That's going to back him up 5. We'll put him back around the 44. We'll make it a 1st and 15. I did like that 4-man front, Derek. I thought that's going to be something we might see a lot of in this ball game.
Yeah, you are going to see it on obvious running downs. It looks like they prepared.
Looks like they're showing blitz. There's the give. Hodges. He's not going to get much as he's going to fight for yardage. Do they not stop the play like his momentum was stopped yards ago? Are you serious? Like he gets 5 yards, no whistle? Wow. 2nd down. That's unbelievable. 2 receivers to the left, shotgun, single back set. Fake. Give to Hodges.
You got to hit him.
He's going to get inside the 45 down to around the 43. He's going to bring up 3rd and short. 3rd and about 2. A long 2, we'll call it. Ball at the Fayetteville 43.
Hey, Pat, back in the day when you hold him up like that, somebody's going to come cleaning.
Yes.
Somebody got to come cleaning.
3 to the left, shotgun, single back. The give. He's going to get the first down. He'll get down inside around the 37. Be a first down, Bryant. Colin Robinson on the carry. There's another give. He's going to fake it, complete the pass.
He was down.
What?
He was down. He was down.
What
He
are
called
we
him
doing?
down. He called him down. No.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. They're going to give a touchdown. Oh, my gosh.
The officials here stopped. They called him down back here.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Clearly was called down. Wow.
Boy, I tell you, it's going to be tough.
Wow. That's unbelievable. Field goal is up. And the kick is good. That is an unbelievable touchdown given. Clearly was on the ground. I mean, wow.
Well, your officials even stopped. They all stopped and were looking around.
That's unbelievable.
And the one went back to the goal line.
That's
totally were
unbelievable.
confused. It's unfortunate for the kids.
That
but
is unbelievable.
like I say, it was totally unfortunate for the kids.
Wow. You don't want these type of calls to even show up in a game of this magnitude. That was a atrocious call. Wow. But in the light 418 Dogs trail 7-0. My.
And it's time for the first security kickoff.
That's baffling. Wow. Not sure what that official saw. I mean, clearly, as you said, the other officials were stopped. Wow.
The side official here marked the ball dead right there.
Unbelievable.
The referee had stopped, so.
Unbelievable. There's the kick. It's going to go out of bounds. Fayetteville's going to take over at their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10. That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Those type of calls, Coach, DC, those are hard to take during the game when you know it, when it was a very, very bad call.
Yeah, what the coaching staff's got to do is tell them, hey, that play is over. You know, we got a lot of football left to play. We just got to pick up the pieces and move on from that. Obviously, we can't, change anything that's happened now.
Right. Ball at the Bulldog 20. Oh, I'm sorry. It went in the end zone. 4 receivers. Single back shotgun. Motion. Johnson makes a man miss. He'll get across the 25 up to around the 26. Second and 4. Ball at the Bulldog 26. 4 wide, single back. Hendricks takes the snap. In the flat. Johnson makes a man miss. Johnson will get up to around the 31 for a Bulldog first down. And he'll be knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, and we talked about that kid a bunch this season. You're not going to get him with one arm. You're going to have to tackle him. And that's what you like about him. He's not going to go down on that first initial contact.
Right. First down, Bulldogs at their own 31-yard line. 3:43. 3 to the left. Single back. Hendricks in the shotgun. Got man coverage up at the top. He takes the snap. And I don't know where the ball's going. Overthrown. Incomplete. They just don't seem to be in sync right now with the passing game. Following the first couple passes of this game, there's a little funk going on. Brings up 2nd and 10. 4 wide. Single back. Hendricks in the shotgun. Surveying. There's a snap. Nicholson. And he's going to get a few yards, make it 3rd down.
And it's going to be 3rd down for the Hornet defense.
3rd and 7. Ball's at the Fayetteville 34-yard line. Four wide, single back. Hendricks in the shotgun. Here's the snap. Here comes the pressure. And Hendricks is going to get away, scramble. Complete to Johnson. Caleb gets up into Hornet territory. Great extension of the legs by Hank Hendricks.
Maybe you got a roughing the passer back there.
Are we going to get a holding on that? I mean, a roughing the passer on this? What are we doing?
There are 2 fouls in the play, 1 by each team. Roughing the passer. Defense. During the run, holding. Offense. By rule, those penalties offset. We'll replay the down.
Roughing the pass is a personal foul.
15 outweighs 10.
Well, I mean, I have to look that one up.
It's going to be a long night, D.
I'm gonna have to believe it. His call.
It's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long night. It's going to be a real long night for Fayetteville. They're going to have to beat all the elements tonight. Wow. Personal foul does outweigh a holding penalty. 4 wide. Hendricks takes the snap, and what are we doing now? What are we doing now? Wow. 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 Unbelievable. 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 Ball's at the Bulldog 29, 3rd and 12. Unbelievable. Wow. Already 3 major calls in this game. Hendricks. And he throws it behind the intended receiver. Gonna bring up 4th down.
Well, Fayetteville had converted the first time twice.
Nolan.
With it being called back, and third time in a row was so much to ask, but we're going to put it in the hands of defense, get the ball back.
Fayetteville's offense has got to do something. Nolan. Nice punt. It's going to take a Fayetteville roll. It's going to be fielded. There's a flag. Going to make a man miss. He'll get back across the field. It's going to come back as there was flag, so it will be brought back. Unbelievable. Is the white hat not? Okay.
Well, I tell you, Pat, we know it's coming back, but number 19 for Fayetteville on special teams just had an absolute phenomenal pursuit drill and getting over there to knock him down.
Right.
It's just a wonderful pursuit
Jay
drill.
Avan, I believe.
It was not Brand. It was
Let's make a look at that.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look at it, but I want to give him his credit where credit is due. He absolutely made a phenomenal play there.
Ball's going to be marked at the 35-yard line. First down for the Hornets.
Shotgun, single back set. Give to Hodges, left side. Try to get around the corner, and he's going to be stopped.
Ball.
The ball's loose.
Number 1, T.J. Hodges on the carry.
They were quick to call that down.
Brody Jones absolutely shot out a missile there.
Pick up of 6, 2nd and 4. Trips to the right, single back. Shotgun set. There's the give. Trying to get off that left side. He'll get the first down across the 45 down around the 46-yard line. Robinson on the carry. 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 Bryant.
That's a real good sign for Fayetteville. Number 0 coming up in the run fit and absolutely laying the wood.
3 to the right, single back. The give. And he's going to be
there
clipped.
You go. Again, Brody Jones.
Brody Jones on the stop. A gain of 1. To the 47.
You got a D1 commit from Missouri over there on that side of the ball too, don't you,
Hitting his teammate. And it's going to be a penalty on, what was that? Illegal block. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 20 on the play.
Pat, when you get them in passing downs like this, you got to see whether or not they can have another option other than that tight end.
Yes. 2nd down, 1st and 20. Back at the Bryant 36 for the Hornets. 40 seconds in the quarter. 7-0 Bryant with the ball and the lead.
It's actually 2nd down.
2nd down. I don't understand this. I'm not understanding if it's 2nd down. Like, they change.
Yeah, they just changed it.
The chain crew. Fire the boys. Fire them. Get them.
First down.
Wow. First and 20, ball at the 36. Pitch out the flat.
Holding, and he didn't even call it.
Wow. Not sure what the side judge was looking at because it was a clear hold on C.J. Bailey. I mean, clearly the guy had his jersey. Hang up second down. Unbelievable. The no calls that we're seeing, and he's got a man deep. That's going to be a touchdown. 46-yard strike's going to make it 13-0. Just one of the things we talked about, not getting the deep ball, and what they get the deep ball on one of the Bulldog corners.
Again, and it was one of the things we talked about on the way down here, Pat. You know, when you hit with that running team, they run. All of a sudden you fall asleep a little bit, and they go right over the top.
Discipline is going to be big defensively for this football team to get back in, and now Fayetteville's got an uphill battle, 21 seconds, with a chance for Bryant to take the 14-0 lead here in the first quarter. Two big pass plays, the difference in this game right now. Extra point is up and good, so with 21 seconds, Bryant up 14-0. Tonight's game is brought to you by Lindsay and Associates, First Choice Protection Systems, Grease Pig Lube and Tune, University Auto Tire, Our First Bank, Bigley's and Staybridge Sweets. 14-0. That first touchdown, DC, I'm going to question that even after the ball game.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that one for a while, regardless of the outcome, for sure.
14-0. Fayetteville has to get something going here in the half, Coach.
Yep.
You want to have something on the board in this half. Don't want to dig yourself too big of a hole. Down 14-0.
Yeah, a lot of football left to play.
Fielded by Taylor. Taylor makes a man miss. He'll get it just up around. The ball's going to be spotted where?
20-yard line.
20-yard line.
20, looks like 22 maybe.
22-yard line, first down, 16 seconds. Fayetteville offensively has got to get something going in the worst way. I mean, their offense has been non-existent here in the first half, outside of a couple of nice hits.
Yeah.
Not much going on offensively. With a team like Bryant, you have to get something on the board. Shotgun. Give to Johnson, left side. May get a yard. No gain. And at the end of the first quarter, Bryant leading it 14-0. We'll be back. You're watching Bulldog Football on the Hill Media TV.
The Grease Pig is proud to sponsor today's game. Call us today.
And welcome back to the second quarter. Second down from the Bulldog 22 for Fayetteville. Hendricks. And it's going to be complete. Nicholson. And oh, was he hit. That's it. I think he's going to get up. Nicholson with the completion. As Nicholson makes the first down for the Bulldogs. 38-yard line.
Is that a defenseless receiver, Pat?
Man, I guess not. I mean, I don't know what they're looking for.
You got to let him come down. That's a defensive receiver.
Johnson, and he's going to be stopped for a loss.
Number 47, Anthony Matthews, and number 50, Guy Nix on the stop.
Have not established anything at the line of scrimmage for Fayetteville tonight. Absolutely nothing. A big loss, 4 yards. It's going to bring up second down. 14. You're going to have to get more at that line of scrimmage if you're Fayetteville, if you're going to make any run at tonight's win. Hendricks is going to keep it. Hank tucks it, and he's going to get it back up. Manageable. It's going to be another third and long. This is the one thing Fayetteville's got to get up. A lot of third and longs here tonight for the Bulldog offense. Not going to get it here at the quarterfinal matchup. If you're down 14 to get back in this game, they've got to get out of being behind the chains on first and second down. Third and 10. Ball at the Bulldog 38. I don't think they've been past midfield in the last 3 or 4 drives. Middle of the field is very much open. Hendricks takes the snap. And he's just not in sync. He is very out of sync.
Yeah, that's hard to throw the ball on the run 35 yards.
I mean, another fourth down. Punt team will come out. I mean, this Fayetteville offense is really out of sync and just not moving the football. Number 3 is not in sync with his receivers and the timing. It just looks very off. You hate to say it early, but this is a danger zone, Derek. This is a danger zone right here. You cannot give up points to the Bryant offense in this upcoming drive. Nolan takes the snap. There's a nice punt. It's going to take a bounce. It's going to be fielded. He's going to be hit. About a 7-yard return. Fayetteville defense has to get the ball back. They have to get off the field on this drive. 10:50 in the half, 14-0 Bryant, as they've scored on their last 2 drives.
And, Pat, what you look for now is you just want the kids to stand up, and nothing wrong with a defensive takeaway.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with a defensive takeaway.
Yes. Single back, shotgun set. 2 receivers to the right. Shotgun set. He's going to play action and complete in the flat.
C.J. Bailey.
Bailey on the stop.
Number 21, C.J. Bailey on the stop. Ball marked at the 34-yard line. Second down.
Second and short, 2nd and 4. Bryant's been in a lot of 2nd and shorts in this game. Handoff right side, and he's going to get the first down.
Great blocking, 74, Amari Clary, and 63, Chase Trimble. Zachariah Curtis Jones on the carry. Ball marked at the
First
43.
down.
Andrews
Hornets
on first down.
at their own 43-yard line. 10-15 in the half. Shotgun, single back set. Bryant off the right side. Puts his foot in the ground, cuts up, breaks a tackle. He's going to get another first down. As they're starting to hit the Bulldogs with chunk yards now, Derek, as it looks like the line of scrimmage is being taken control of by the Hornets of Bryant at this moment.
Yeah, and they're in a hurry up, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't leave you much time for substitution.
In the Bulldog territory at the Fayetteville 44. Another handoff off the right side. And he's going to get it a crawl down close to around the 40. Hodges on the carry. It's going to be a 4-yard pickup.
Brody Jones on the stop, ball marked at the 39, second down for the Hornets.
Single back set. There's a little flip. Hodges off the right side. They're just working that right side right now, which is to Fayetteville's left. Defensively, they're going to have to make an adjustment.
Yeah,
They're working on those edges.
You've got to bring that extra down lineman in, and you got to leave him in.
Bulldog defense is going to have to stand up. Ball at their own 33 for Bryant. Trips left. Single back. There's a little off the right side, Hodges. Going to pick up another.
Great block, 67, Nickel Rucker. TJ Hodges on the carry.
Another first down, it looks like.
212 offensive line.
Wow.
The ball marked at the 25-yard line.
Wow.
Second down.
Second down and short. Fayetteville's going to have to get into that four-man front and put in some resistance.
It looks like Brody Jones is re-injured his shoulder.
He'll drop back looking. He's got a man. Incomplete. Safety's got to get over a lot quicker. He's waiting and then letting the guy get on him, and I've always been, hey, if he's even, he's leaving. You got to read that a lot quicker if you're back at the safety spot, if you're Fayetteville.
Yeah, the corner actually released to the safety, and the safety was just quick to not quick enough to react. And so, yes, that was a well-placed ball, just out the reach of the receiver.
Trips left.
I think that's a good timeout.
Going to be a timeout with 9:01. We'll take it with him. You're watching Bulldog football on the Hill Media TV.
Their first charge timeout.
Hey guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel that's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it. And we're back here at Hornet Stadium where it's 3rd and 2 for Bryant. Ball at the Fayetteville 26 with 9:01 to go. Trips right, left. Empty set. Little handoff. It's going to be enough for a first down.
Curtis Jones on the carry. Ball's going to be marked at the 21-yard line, and that's another Brooke Andrews.
Be a first down and 10.
Down for the Hornets.
Bryant has been in a really good rhythm their last 3 possessions on offense here, Derek, in tonight's ball game. Fayetteville has got to figure it out on defense and get some momentum because all the momentum's with the home team at this moment. First down from the Bulldog 21 for the Hornets. It's going to be a right side. Still running. Right now, Bryant just wants it a little more with that extra effort they're giving on the line of scrimmage. And that's where the game right now is being decided, on that line of scrimmage,
17-yard line.
both defensively and offensively. It'll be a, wow, 2nd and 6, pick up a 4. There's a pass over the middle.
Oh, you got to come up and make that tackle.
In for the touchdown. Hodges, 17-yard run, I'm sorry. The Bulldogs are definitely in a rough spot right now.
Yeah,
20-0.
The play was made in the backfield there, Pat. You just got to wrap up and tackle.
We said tackling was going to be important.
You got to
tonight.
see what you're hitting, and that big hit's not necessary. You just got to wrap up and go to the ground.
Yes. They're relying on that big massive running game for Bryant. They're really not. They're really just handing off right, hand off left. Extra point attempt is up, and it's good. So with 7:53 to score, 21 Bryant, 0 Fayetteville here in the state. 7A quarterfinal matchup. And Derek, we're at a point where Fayetteville has got to put points on the board right now, and there is no room for error the remainder of this ball game.
Yeah, you need some things to go Fayetteville's way. Obviously, you know, Bryant's got the running game going. Fayetteville coaches have to look at what they're doing and make an adjustment to that. But you're right, Pat, the offense has got to get the ball and put it in the end zone. They need to control some clock as well. We got to keep the ball out of the hands of the Bryant Hornets. And how you do that is by getting first downs.
Got to
we
get
have
a touchdown.
Unable to do that thus far.
Bulldogs have to have 7 before they head into the locker room. And basically, ought to pitch a shutout now. They're in a big-time hole against the number 1 team in the state, defending state champions, who have not been beatable here at Bryant Stadium for several years now. 21-0 Bryant, set to kick off, back deep. Johnson, Abram, and Taylor. There's the kick. It's going to be a touchback. Dogs will take over first and 20. Time to do something if you're Fayetteville and you want to have any type of chance to stay in this football game. You have to put something on the board, touchdown related, in this drive. So far, you have not had any rhythm and I don't think they've been past the 50, Derek, all half, but maybe once or a couple of times. Maybe twice.
Yeah, Pat, as I was saying just a second ago, you have to be able to put some first downs together, control this clock, keep the ball out of the Bryant Hornets' hands, and put the ball in the end zone.
4 receivers wide, single back. Hendricks in the shotgun. Nicholson, he's going to be tackled. After a pickup of about 5. Gain of 2. Empty set. Hendricks. He's going to be incomplete.
You know, Pat, that throw was forced. If you watch that play, the defensive nose guard absolutely.
Why are we so short side of the field dominant
well,
tonight?
Again, let me say this, Pat. The defensive nose guard drove the center back into the quarterback. You cannot allow penetration like that. You've got to give him a chance to set and throw his ball.
Right. I'm telling you, it's been a dominant performance on the line of scrimmage here tonight by Bryant on both sides of the ball. That's where the game has been won to this point. 3rd down and 8. Johnson on the completion. He'll get the first down. So he'll be knocked out of bounds around the 31. They're going to have to use that back in the backfield pass even more so.
Yeah, it's got to be something quick because as you just noticed, I just seen Bryant run 3 different defensive linemen on the field.
Yes. First down at the Bulldog, 32 for Fayetteville, empty set. Hendricks. And it's going to be.
And we've seen that play all year long, the Whitlow across the middle.
Whitlow.
And it's absolutely something Fayetteville needs to keep going to because it's wide open. Comes off the field with a little hop there. Hopefully get him back in the game.
It's going to be first down at the 44, 7:02 in the half. 21-0 Bryant. Bulldogs with the football. Have to get some points on the board. And, oh, my gosh. Have to get away from the short side of the field. Everything is short side of the field.
You motion that way, Pat. I think the intended receiver was Kenyon Johnson, and when it wasn't there, it kind of just broke down pretty quick.
Our side of the field dominated, it looks like, tonight. Everything is to the Fayetteville sideline side. You're going to have to go opposite a little bit. We'll bring up second down, 10. There's a snap. Over the middle. Oh, my goodness, that looks like a touch. Hendricks is throwing off of his back foot, Derek, a lot. He's under siege. The protection has not been good tonight.
Right. Yeah, the protection not allowing him to get to where he wants to be at. But, again, Pat, that intermediate pass, that 10 to 12-yard pass across the middle is wide open. He just has to hit that pass. That's what he has time for, and you got to take what the defense is giving you.
3rd and 10 for the Bulldogs at their own 44-yard line. 21-0 Bryant. 6:48 in the half. Hendricks single back shotgun set. He'll take it over the middle. It's intercepted. And there's a turnover.
Number 10, going Oklahoma,
Ja'Cory Smith with the interception in the Fayetteville territory. They'll take over with 6:42. Just not been the night offensively that you would have expected. It is a very stagnant offense, almost to predictability. And it looks like Bryant's in the playbook a little bit.
Yeah, they've been watching film, Pat.
Yes. Ball at the Fayetteville 47 for the Hornets, up 21-0. Not a good situation for the Bulldogs here with 6:42 in the half. 3 straight possessions, 3 straight touchdowns. Hodges up, and he's going to get a large chunk. If they're going to continue to get 7 to 8 yards of play, it's going to be a long night for us, for the Bulldogs. Going to bring 2nd and short. Pickup of 8. Down to the Fayetteville 39. Hodges is going to bounce it outside.
35.
He's going to get the first down. Down to around the 32, 31-yard line of Fayetteville. Another Bryant first down. I think Fayetteville may have about 3 or 4 first downs all night long. Incomplete. Bulldogs are getting absolutely no pressure on the quarterback at all. I'm telling you guys, the line of scrimmage has been dominated by the Bryant Hornets, offensively and defensively. They have controlled the ball game. And I felt that that's where it was going to be determined, on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we talked about it extensively. The thing you got to do is you got to be committed to stopping the run, and we're going to have to play some man coverage. Got to stop the run, just right off the edge there. That's got to be a holding call of some sort.
They've not called. There hadn't been many penalties on either team here tonight.
There's one now.
What we got? What we got here? Looks like they're taking a trip backwards. 5:43 here in the half. Bulldogs down 21-0.
Again, this is a time of game right here, Pat. With 5 minutes and 43 seconds left, you got them down in distance. You've got to get off the field.
Absolutely. This is very critical. 2nd and 20, ball at the Bulldog 42 for Bryant. A little stretch play. He's going to get outside. Going to reverse it.
That's a blindside block, which is a legal block.
Nobody calls the blindside block.
That's an illegal block. That's blindside. You
Wow.
can't do that.
Unbelievable.
You cannot do a cutback block like that in high school football.
Unbelievable.
Casey Dick is absolutely livid on the sideline.
That's unbelievable. It's going to be a long night. We said that early after that first touchdown. It was going to be a long night. There was a lot of elements, and it's coming to fruition. Clearly should have been a penalty. 3rd and 20. Wow. No call.
Got to get up on 87. You got to get up on 87.
Safety's got to drop down. They flick over in the middle. Another missed tackle, and he'll pick up the first down, and he'll continue to run, and touchdown Bryant. 43 yards. 27-0, 4 minutes and 37 seconds. And this one has really gotten out of hand now.
Pat, they picking on the sophomore over there.
They really are. 4 consecutive possessions, 4 consecutive touchdowns for the Bryant Hornets with 4 minutes and 37 seconds. And it is an uphill battle of the utmost for the Fayetteville Bulldogs the remainder of this ball game. It's all Bryant Hornets. 28-0. 4 consecutive possessions, and it's been chunk plays, Derek. Missed tackles. I mean, we talked about tackling and line of scrimmage and big plays, and they've given up all the above.
You know, when we were talking about it leading into, you talked about not having to play a perfect game, but almost a perfect game. And when you're missing tackles, missing assignments, you know, letting guys go by. Again, that touchdown was operated because of a missed tackle. The previous touchdown was a missed tackle. You did have the one call here where the player was down, but then you had another blown assignment where the guy snuck in behind us. So Fayetteville's got to muster up something. You still like to see them come away with a score this half. However, you know, the thing I'm looking at right now is what are you going to do to get some first downs and keep the Bryant
What are you going to do to stop
field?
this Bryant offense? As it's a 4-score lead with 4, and
I tell you how to stop them. You got to keep the ball off the field. You got to get some first downs. That's how you keep.
Set to kick off. Bryant once again. 28 unanswered points by the Hornets. There's the kick, and it's going to scoot into the end zone for another touchback. The Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. But when you watch this Fayetteville offense, if you're the defensive coaches for Bryant, you have to know everything is Fayetteville sideline, short side of the field. Not a lot of room to operate.
Not a lot of room to operate, Pat, and you just got to wonder.
Very stagnant offense.
You got to wonder when do you get, you know, Taylor and Whitlow and Johnson, King and Johnson involved into the offensive game plan. Understanding that the offensive line's got to give him a little time to throw the ball.
28-0 Bryant, as the Hornets have exploded here in the first half. Taylor, he'll get it across the 25, up around the 28-yard line. I mean, they got a long hill to climb now if you're Fayetteville. Handoff Johnson, and he goes absolutely nowhere. That offensive line, the defensive line is just whooping them up front right now. Just be blatantly honest. They are having their way with the Fayetteville offensive line.
Yeah, Pat, you can really start feeling the effects.
Men against boys right now.
You can really start feeling the effects of the
grown men against boys right now.
You can really start feeling the effect of the senior offensive lineman being out.
Yes, you are. Big time, DC.
Can't do.
Be 4th down as he dropped for another loss. Everything is to the short side of the field for Fayetteville offensively, to their side of the field, and I don't know the last time they've tried to go left. Another punt.
Yeah, you just can't go 3 and out on them. You got to get some first downs. I don't really have the answer for them right now, other than you've got to get the senior receivers involved. The running game is not going to be possible with this line.
This offense has been non-existent. Another punt. A chance to return it. He'll get it up the side. Still going. Makes a man miss, and he's going to return it all the way back.
That's a flag.
The touchdown. Boone on the return.
Here's the flag back here on the field. It's coming back. That's a flag right here for holding, and that's a flag for unsportsmanlike conduct going into the end zone. I mean, I can help them out, but they're not listening to me. They just not listening.
Complete avalanche right now by Bryant here in the second half. I mean, they're on a tear. It's Fayetteville. It looks like Fayetteville has absolutely no traction in any part of the game right now.
Well, obviously, I'm going to give him a pass on this special teams play here because that was an illegal blindside block to make him get free like that. However, you know what I'm saying, it's a disadvantage when you got defensive linemen back trying to make a tackle on special teams. You know what I mean? You don't have a chance on that.
28-0. 2:41 in the half. I believe Bryant will get the football to start the second half. First down, Hornets. At their own 27, 2:41. They're up 28-0. Give off the left side. And he's going to still running. Wow. It's just an effort thing right now. Bryant is they want this one. They want this one.
Pat, again, I understand you say Pat wanted, but we have got to come up and tackle. We've got our safety coming down looking to make the biggest hit in the world with not wrapping anybody up. Just want to use all shoulders. We just got to tackle.
I'd like to see better body language from the defense as well. They look a little defeated right now. Got to find a way to make a play. First down. He's looking. He's going to keep it. Scramble around. He's going to be caught from behind. Will Caston on the stop, but not before he picks up about 5. They're getting about 5, 7, 8 yards of play. I mean, they're constantly in short yardage situations, second down and beyond. 2:06 and counting. Ball at the 40. There's the handoff. Hodges breaks tackles. Just going to bring up third down and 1.
And Pat, here's what you would like to see. Obviously, up 28-0, they're going to run the ball, and they're going to continue to run the ball.
Yes, they are.
You've got to bring somebody in the box. And
third down and short. 1:27 and counting. Ball at the Bulldog 42 for Bryant. Up 28-0 and with the football. The give to Hodges. Makes a man miss and then just breaks tackle, still running. The tackling has been very bad for the Bulldogs. I mean, he gets 8 to 10 yards after contact. A lot of shoulder tackling going on right now.
Again, Pat, there's nobody extending their arms to wrap and tackle. It's all, hey, how big can I make the hit?
Yes.
And that's becoming a problem.
It's a dominant performance, just point blank by Bryant here tonight. Just a very straightforward performance. They're just going to run the football. He's going to keep it. Oh, wow. Gets up the sideline. And another touchdown. This makes it 34-0 Bryant with 47 seconds left in the half. And, I mean, 5 possessions, 5 touchdowns, and 5 chunk touchdown plays. Missed tackles. It's a dominating performance right now for Bryant. They are showing to the state why they are the number 1 team and defending champions there. Just taking the opponent's heart away right now.
Patty had a chance to stop and then re-kick the ball. We didn't even attempt to make the play there.
35-0, 47 seconds left. And once again, remember, Bryant does get the football to start the second half. .47 seconds. It's been all Bryant here tonight. 35-0. Just a dominating performance in this first half is all you can say. You have to tip your hat to the home team, the Bryant Hornets, for the way they came out here in the quarterfinal matchup. They've just taken control. From that second possession, it's been all Bryant here tonight.
Yeah, there's some things you would like to have seen differently. Obviously, I don't know if the first touchdown there, Pat, kind of got in the head a little bit, but I will tell you, coming out, you still have to understand you've got to control the line of scrimmage, and we just have failed to do so.
I mean, a total domination on the offensive line and the defensive line of Bryant. It's been a dominating performance. Nothing you can say about it. The state champs have dominated this ball game. I don't think Fayetteville's been past midfield since early in the first quarter. And it's going to be a touchback.
somebody's got to fight back. You just wonder who it's going to be.
It just does not look like this Bulldog team has the energy here in the first half. It's all Bryant. I mean, everything, it's all Bryant Hornets tonight here in the first half. Point blank and period. I don't think Fayetteville has 150 total yards here in the first half. They've only got, I believe, 5 first downs in the whole ball game. They hadn't been past the 50. I do know that in a while. It's going to be 2nd and 6. Pick up a 4. Johnson.
Looks like we're just content to go into halftime.
Number 90, Jacob Jones on the stop.
And that's going to wrap it up with the score. Bryant 35 and Fayetteville 0. We'll take a break and we'll be back with the second half. You're watching Bulldog Football on the Hill Media TV. Hey guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletic. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel that's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it.
Senior Mila Andrews and senior Michaela Walker, two of the ladies that's on our Fayetteville girls wrestling team. So Mila, just talk about your main motivation with just being a part of this Fayetteville wrestling team, since it's one of those newer sports for the ladies.
Yeah, I mean, I love wrestling. I've been doing it for 4 years now. It's my 4th season, and I love it so much. I always have. It is so special to me, and it teaches you so much discipline, and it has really improved just how I do things in my life.
Nice. So what about for you, Michaela?
This is my 4th year. Being a wrestler is very fun. My freshman year, I was low-key hesitant. I didn't know they was having a wrestling for girls in high school. But it's really fun. It does show you structure and body health and building muscle and maintaining your weight. So I really like it.
So Michaela, for you, what's your main motivation for this season, as far as what do you want you ladies to kind of accomplish this year? What's one of your goals?
Not giving up even when it's hard. There would be hard times, especially when state's nearby. You get tense, you just get anxious and oh my God, am I gonna make it or not? Just keep going. Practice a lot. If you can't practice in the wrestling room, practice at home. That's what I mainly do during the summer, or when I'm at home. I do a little after wrestling to get better in my technique. So yeah.
Now, Mila, Coach Gardner was talking about the tournament coming Friday at Harvard.
Mm-hmm.
What do you expect from the?
I think it's going to be a really good tournament. I mean, it's the first one of the season, so we're going to see how all the new girls are, and I'm excited to get to wrestle because it's been a minute. But I think it's going to go really well.
Nice.
Yeah.
So ultimately for this year, what's one of those goals that you talked about that y'all write on the wall over there? What's one of those goals that you have?
My goal this year is to win state. I've won freestyle state, but I really want to just get the big one for my senior year. We'll see.
Nice.
Fingers crossed.
Now, Michaela, what's one of those goals that you kind of written down for yourself?
Same as her, winning state, and basically motivating the other wrestlers, especially when I'm gone. Leave a mark in the wrestling room. Be dang, Kayla used to be motivational. Train me up, make them be a better wrestler before they ever got in the wrestling room.
There you go, now. Hey guys, this will wrap up this episode of the Dog. We got senior Mila Andrews here, senior Michaela Walker, and like I said with Coach Gardner, if you're not making that trip down to Bryant this Friday, hey, they'll be at Harbor in Springdale, wrestling some girls on the mat and hopefully winning a title. Hey, this is another episode of the Dog Walk.
Guys, this is Pat Jenkins of On the Hill Media and voice of Fayetteville High Bulldogs Athletics. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's On the Hill Media. Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications. As we say, let's get it.